The Secretary General was rather grim in his opening remarks, certainly more somber than we've seen him in recent years. In fact, the very first thing he said to world leaders is, "Our world is in big trouble." And that was certainly a sentiment that we heard echoed from a lot of heads of state who gave their address today. The French President Emmanuel Macron really focused his address on the widening global divisions over Ukraine and the ramifications of that conflict, this deepening energy crisis, a deepening food crisis, 50 million people now on the edge of starvation, another 345 million people finding it difficult to put food on the table at night, and the president of France saying that this is a conflict that risks dividing the world.
Se trompe et prend une responsabilité.
Those who are keeping silent today are in effect complicit with the cause of a new imperialism, a new order that is trampling over the current order, and there is no peace possible here. Russia is seeking to uphold a double standard, but the war in Ukraine must not be a conflict that leaves anyone indifferent.
The concern among a lot of people here is that this conflict is not only diverting energy and resources away from addressing other pressing issues like climate change, nuclear disarmament, and eradicating poverty, but that it is undermining trust between governments, between citizens and their governments, and that it's going to become very difficult to properly address these other challenges in the future. The Turkish President Erdogan said in his address that he would like to broker this peace deal between Ukraine and Russia. And he said that there needs to be a dignified way out of this war.
We think that the war will never have a triumph and a fair peace process will not have a loser. This is important because we are always underlining the significance of diplomacy and the settlement of disputes through dialogue once and for all.
In an interview with the American broadcaster PBS, President Erdogan said that he got the impression that Russian President Vladimir Putin wanted a speedy end to this war. This is after extensive discussions with him in Uzbekistan just last week. He has also called on Russia to return all of the land that it has seized since the start of the conflict in February. But a lot of people on the ground here not thinking that we're going to see an end to this conflict anytime soon. Toni Waterman, CGTN at the UN headquarters, New York.